my dad, he was like, okay, this acting stuff is all nice, it's all good, but you're gonna do something besides that because you cannot do this in the future.
Full time, as in
Exactly.
being dependent on
Exactly.
that.
And I was like, no, I want to do this. This is like the real thing that I want to do.
Yeah.
And so we got in a little bit of struggle because he was like, I will not accept this.
Wow. How long
Yeah.
was this? And I promise you that every week I get to invite anyone who's making an impact, making quite some major moves for him or herself, and one to look out for, to note. Every young African should know about this person. And this one, I promise you, I announced it so many times earlier. Today we are talking about showcasing true African stories with our special guest, Emmanuel Ohene Boafo, name of royalty, Dutch-Ghanaian actor who recently starred the movie, if I got it correct, a short movie, Venserpolder. That's how I discovered him, which is a short movie about Crown Prince of a Ghanaian tribe who is forced to leave everything he built up in the Netherlands behind and take on his responsibility as the heir of the throne. Ooh. I have him here on the show with me, and I'm super, super excited in a bit, and we're going to talk about what he does and everything. Blah, blah. Emmanuel, how are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. Yes, how are you?
I'm so good. Thank you for coming on this Sunday. How was your Sunday today?
I had a very good Sunday. I went to church.
All right.
Yes, Pentecostal church here nearby.
Right.
And then I did some script reading for a new project that I'm going to do.
Because you got something important coming on the way tomorrow.
Yes. Tomorrow we're going to start with a theater project called Trojan Wars. It's a youth theater project, and it's a crazy epic story.
Yeah.
And it's 5 hours long.
Oh.
Yes.
So is it like people that even buy a ticket to it, they have to sit and watch it for 5 hours? Is it that intense?
Yes.
Ooh, crazy.
And you will get some food, then you'll get some drinks.
Lunch and breakfast.
Everything.
Dinner.
You're going to sit there for 5 hours.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So is it starting right away, or is it this the rehearsal? How does that even work?
Yeah, so tomorrow we're going to start with a rehearsal, and then we're going to read throughout the script. That's going to take some hours. Then they're going to explain what they're going to do with lighting, with music, with the stage things, and then so that we can see what it's going to be about.
Yeah.
And then later on, they're going to do the repetitions every day from 3:30 to 5 every day, full time.
That is serious work.
Yes.
So that's a full-time job on its own, right?
Yeah, it's a full-time job. If you do like the theater, then you can do anything.
Right.
Besides that.
That sounds intense.
Yes, it is.
Big ups to you for being the man, like, in this part, not in front of the camera, but just on the stage.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I discovered you, and I'm so proud I did. I just, on a random day, somebody in a WhatsApp group sent a link. They said, hey, you should watch this movie. Or he didn't even say anything. And I stumbled upon a short film, which really talks about a Ghanaian king who runs his cleaning business here in the city of Amsterdam and everything. And one thing that attracted me so much was the nice quality, the focus on the emotion of the actor and things like that, which I was like, wow, this is actually a movie that is not offending, us Africans, or reflecting our story in a crazy way.
Exactly.
And I was like, I need to know this guy. Who is he? And I asked questions. I asked around, who is he? Blah blah. So that's how I stumbled upon you. Now nice. I know you are a fantastic actor. As in terms of the art and interpreting a story, you were just very strong. Dutch-Ghanaian, obviously. I have my own words to describe you, but if in your own words, who are you? Who's Emmanuel Boafo? If you could give us an idea of what that is.
Yes. So, I'm Emmanuel Ohene Boafo. I'm 26 years old, and I live in Amsterdam. And, so I love acting, and it started in 2009.
Yeah.
And I saw a High School Musical. It was in Zandam. And that's the moment where I saw like youth and they were dancing and singing and all doing some crazy stuff.
Doing everything. Like High
Yes.
School Musical is like, that even is intense. Like singing, dancing,
everything,
jumping.
yeah. So I was ecstatic. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then, so that's how my acting hungriness started, actually.
Yeah.
And then, not much later, I went to another theater, and it was in West, in Studio West, and it was of a group called Young Rast, and now they're called the Gasten.
Right.
And they were playing a play. It was called Backfire, and that was the moment that I was like, oh my God, okay, now I really need to do this, because the feeling is very strong.
Yeah.
So and I could do some auditions there. So I did auditions. I got accepted, and from there on it started. It was
Really? So you
Yeah.
could just audition, or did you have any background in acting or something like that?
not at all.
That is amazing.
No. I did some drumming before. Yeah, I still drum in the church.
All right.
Yeah, so I love music as well.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that I love to do. But the acting it's my passion. It's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the real thing. Yeah.
That is so good that you knew it at that time, where it really started as like this buzz within you. You just knew like, hey, I need to make this happen.
Yeah.
Acting is my thing. I absolutely love it. So how does that even work when you have such a dream, and as Africans?
Oh yeah.
Obviously, your parents come here for us to be a doctor.
Yes. Oh my Lord. Yes.
How did that go? Like, was there any like bumping heads with introducing the idea? What happened?
So when I was at the Young Rast,
Yeah.
it was like first you would start off like only Mondays and Sundays, and then later on you're gonna do something that's called Montageweek, and then you're gonna
Okay.
yes, Montageweek.
That
is like-
sounds sloppy.
And Montageweek it's like 2 weeks full-time repetitions. It's like doing that all the time.
Right.
And I did it for a couple of years, and then my parents were like, you're doing this too much. You have to watch out a bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they thought that it was still like a hobby or something.
Right.
But for me, it was something bigger, a lot bigger than that.
Yeah.
And so then my dad, he was like, okay, this acting stuff is all nice, it's all good, but you're gonna do something besides that, because you cannot do this in the future.
Full time, as in
Exactly.
being dependent on
Exactly.
that.
And I was like, no, I want to do this. This is like the real thing that I want to do.
Yeah.
And so we got in a little bit of struggle, because he was like, I will not accept this.
Wow. How long
Yeah.
was this?
There was in, I think we were now in 2011, 12.
Right.
And so we got in a lot of discussions, and I was angry, because I was like, this is the thing that I want to do.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to go to the theater school, and my dad was like, no, you have to do something serious.
Right.
So I did international business studies, and that was pure for my parents. And yeah,
To shut them up, to make sure you're
Exactly.
securing that job.
Exactly. But when I did the international business studies, I just knew that I cannot do this. It's not who I am. I'm just not feeling it.
Right.
And all the students there, and even the teachers, they knew that I have to do the theater. That's the thing that I want to do, that I must do. So
Yeah.
then I stopped at the Young Rast, because my dad was like, you have to stop. And
Yeah.
then later on, I went in sneaky again, because I went crazy.
Because of that urge within
Yes.
you.
Yes,
Got it.
exactly. So I went to the Young Rast, and the director there, she was like, you cannot stop. If you're gonna stop this right now, that means that you don't want it.
Yeah.
It means that all of this is just for nothing if you're gonna stop right now. So we had a very heated conversation about dreams, and about wanting something so badly that even when problems come, you're gonna overcome it, and you're gonna get through.
Yeah.
So I went back to Young Rast, and my dad came to find out. And he wasn't pleased. He wasn't pleased at all. And so we talked, and then later on he said, okay, this is your last thing that you're going to do with the theater, and then it's done.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what? It's all right. I'm going to do this one. But back in my head, I knew that this cannot be my last one.
Yeah.
So I went back and we did the show. And I think we played about 4 or 5 times. And the 5th time, people came from a casting agency.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked me to do some auditions for a movie. And I have never done auditions for a movie before. It was the first thing that I'm going to do.
Yeah, that might be something like new,
yes,
Yes. Totally.
Exactly. So it was very scary for me. But I didn't tell my parents at that moment.
Right.
Because I wanted to wait.
Yeah.
And so I did the auditions. I got to the 2nd round, and then the director was there, and he was giving me some instructions, but I was so nervous that I couldn't act. I couldn't get some tears because I needed some tears for the scene.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't come. And he was like, yeah, you have to bring it right now. You have to bring it. And I was like,
so you really had
God.
to push the tears out?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, to get emotional in the scene, but I froze.
Right.
So then I was like, I think I messed it up.
Yeah.
And then I went home. I think 3 days later, they called me and they said, hi, goedemiddag. We wanted to congratulate you because you got the leading role of the movie Exit. And I was like, what? So it was crazy. And then that's the moment when I told my dad, like, I got a leading role in the movie, and once he heard how much I was going to earn, that was the moment that he was like, okay, maybe there's something serious.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was the money.
The money spoke. The money was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Wow, that is good because I like how you pushed through. You were really determined at knowing what you want to do, and really making it happen. Because a lot of people really face that fear, and they do something they don't like, and then they're 35 or something,
exactly,
and they discover that, hey, I haven't been doing what I should be doing all along. Absolutely love it, and it gives us a good idea of how acting came about. You started small by joining in a group in the neighborhood, which was mostly theater, right?
Yes, it was.
Right. And then when it was Next Step, then you did the audition for film.
Exactly.
Which was it the first one you did, and it succeeded, by the way?
Yes.
That's really the story.
It was like the first thing I did with movies, and it was just it was God's hand.
That is amazing.
Because the way it went, like my dad told me, like it's going to be a last one, and then people came and it was crazy.
Absolutely love it. So when was this? How did the journey from that time? How did it bring you to here now? What can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah. So when I did the movie, it was nice. People were very happy, and my parents were very proud, and they were calling everybody like, Iwan is gonna come on TV, and So I felt that they accepted it, like for sure that I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. And
then I wanted to go to the theater school again.
Yeah.
And I did an audition in Amsterdam at the acting academy here.
Yeah.
But I didn't get accepted because I did the first round and the second round, and they kicked me out, and I was like, oh my God.
So how many rounds is that?
3 rounds.
3 rounds.
Yes.
That must have been like a lot of pressure, because not being accepted at such an academy while you have been doing it all along could pretty much kind of change your confidence, right?
It's painful. Yeah, it's very painful. Yeah, it's like, what? It's crazy. But there are a lot of actors there that doing the auditions, but they still they didn't get accepted or something.
Yeah.
It's like part of a deal. And so 1 year I was like training and doing stuff, and then the next year I did an audition in Maastricht because I wasn't feeling the school in Amsterdam as well, so I didn't want to do the audition there again.
Right.
And it wasn't because I didn't get accepted, but the vibe there. And so I went to Maastricht, and that's when I got accepted
Yeah.
immediately, and I was like, okay, oh my God. So, and it was one of the best schools in Holland. So I was very happy that I was accepted there.
Yeah.
And so I moved to Maastricht for 4 years. And for Maastricht, I did an internship at Den Haag, at the National Theater where I work now.
Yeah.
And in my 3rd year, I did a play, and I got a prize for that play, which I did for my role.
Yeah.
And that was another like sign that I think I'm on the right path now.
Yeah. So
And
that kind of boosted your confidence.
Yeah.
Even though you weren't accepted at the academy in Amsterdam.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Yeah.
So then I went on, and they called me back for another play.
Yeah.
Which I did, and
So
when I got my diploma,
Yeah.
they even before I got my diploma, they asked me if I wanted to work there, to get a contract there to work fully as an actor. So that's how it went. So that's great.
Love it.
Thanks.
Absolutely love it. And I love how you kind of pushed through and didn't say no. You were like, I'm not going to give up.
No.
So pretty much it really takes then to make it in acting, really, that you kind of have to get a I don't give a crap attitude, really have a confidence on what you can and what you cannot do. So what helped you to develop that confidence to be able to go on and be like, okay, even though largest academy of acting, blah, blah, you reject me, I'm going to still keep doing what I do.
Yeah.
How does that work? Where do you get that power from?
So a lot of that is prayer. I pray
Right.
a lot.
Amen.
Because I'm actually very happy that my father didn't accept it at the first time, because that was the moment I felt that this is really the thing that I should be doing.
Right.
I got the feeling when I was in international business studies that I felt very strong, like, if this is what I'm going to do, I'm not going to be a happy guy. So I'm very thankful that I felt that, because that's like a kind of a burning motivation for me, that I felt that I'm not going to go back to that again.
Right.
So whatever's going to happen, I'm still going to pursue. I'm going to pursue my dreams.
Yeah.
So with that and prayer and trying to be to get the best out of myself with training and working twice as hard.
So investing in training as
Exactly,
well.
yeah. I must do that, because there are a lot of actors around there, and you have to stand out to,
The competition is great.
It's very hard, yeah. So, yeah, with a lot of prayers, a lot of training, investing, and, yeah. So now I'm just pushing through, and I'm hoping that I've made 5 years in America.
Absolutely, that's the goal. Absolutely, and we should all support you while doing that. For those of you that are listening right now, you're listening to Africa on Focus, and I am talking to a Dutch-Ghanaian renowned actor. Listen, we're going to celebrate him, because one thing that I know as in terms of art, it takes a while before you are celebrated by the Dutch scene. But I think that we as Ghanaians, we should really support and appreciate our own, because you bring about the quality that is really professional at things, and we should celebrate you before even them white folks do. Really, I think that is really something that we should all be doing. So while you're listening, spread the show on your timeline and make sure that everybody hears about Emmanuel Boafo, because he's one to look out for. In the meantime, we have Mena-ama, who is listening, tuning in from Ghana, and who says, Ghanaians, we are really blessed having people like Ohene. Any plan to move into Ghana to help the industry?
Oh, wow, yes.
How is your perspective on that, even the acting of Nollywood or Gollywood or something?
Yes.
Tell us a bit about your impressions on that end.
I love it, because I grew up with those movies.
Yeah.
So it brought me a lot of authentic things. It was like seeing the movies where you come from, the roots there. So
probably more dramatic than the style of right.
Yes, exactly. It's more it's bigger. I think here they will call it like theater acting. How it's done in Ghana. Okay. So, but I do have some aspirations to go back there and to have like some master classes for the youth there, because I think there are a lot of creative Ghanaians who are very scared sometimes to to do it, because like what you said, being being a doctor or a lawyer, it's up here. So, but if you can recognize your talent, and if you know which steps you have to take, and with the right guidance and the right, where you need to go, I think it's going to help a lot of youth, a lot of people as well. Yeah.
I like that idea. Maybe giving a master class or something. I think Terry, Afra, and myself, we should think about that. We should bring some of that in the future. I really get that going, because I love that idea. Now let's talk about this movie. Now I know the movie is called Venserpolder. I thought it was called Mr. Clean, but it was quite different. A short movie, and you play you're king of a self-made cleaning emporium in Amsterdam Southeast, plus you're crown prince of a Ghanaian tribe, and you were forced to leave everything you built up in the Netherlands behind while you take on the responsibility as heir of the throne. Can you tell us a bit, how did this role come about, this movie even come about, and how was your experience taking part in such a story?
So I did an audition for another movie, and the writer was there. And I didn't get that part, but they liked me. They liked the way I did the audition.
Right.
And then later on, I got a call from that same guy. Like, he's writing another movie, and he saw me play, so he really thinks that I can do this one. And so he told me about it, and I was like, oh my God, yeah, I wanted to do the audition. So I did the audition, and the director was there, Teddy Cherim, and Ashar Medina. He's the scenarist. And I did the audition, and it went very good. And then later I got a call, like, okay, you're gonna do the role. And
that's how it works. Like, you get a call. Is it like a week time? How does that?
Yeah, sometimes it's like 2 days, or sometimes it could be like a month.
All right.
It's depending on how hard it is and the choices they have to make.
Right.
And so I got a role, and they did a lot of research of their own. So when I saw the script, I was like, oh, okay, all right, I can see where you guys are going. It was good. I was like, this is not the stereotypical things that you have to do.
Because it's such a captivating story.
Yeah, and that's really, really important for me, to not help with those kind of stuff. This stereotype
that display us the wrong way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm so done with that.
Yeah.
So I was very happy when I saw the script and the story, and I was like, okay. And then they invited me to make the script a little bit more Ghanaian. The little stuff like the super malt and all.
Oh, really? So you took part in the whole developing. Everything.
Yes.
Great.
Just to give it that authentic Ghanaian feeling about it, because that was very important to me, that it was that real.
Right.
And they were very open for that. So we worked very good together. And then they were looking for some actors. And I remember my mother, she plays with a GAM TV.
Oh, okay.
With Veronica. And
Is that your mom?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, Veronica's like my aunt, but
that's your aunt. Oh, lovely.
Hiradio and BYAustin, she's my
but
mother.
that means acting is like in your blood.
It's
So why would your dad be offended?
Crazy,
oh, come on. This is DNA. Come on, people.
But it's funny because my mother, it's like her child dream was coming true. It was. I think she has never done it like really done it before.
Mainstream.
Yeah. So I told the director, like, hey, my mother, she plays as well. Maybe she can come in for the auditions.
Right.
And he wanted to see her, and we played a little scene, and he was like, yep, she's going to play your mother.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was crazy. So it was like a little dream coming true, like my mother playing my mother in a movie.
I know.
So that was very nice. And we called a lot of people, like Veronica van der Kamp. She came and she played it in as well.
A lot of community key figures actually came up from the pastor to, this is like, it was almost real, almost thinking like, who's this? Because at first I even thought it was a documentary, that's how real it was to me.
Yeah, with all those,
Yeah,
I get that. So, everybody went in and, then we shot the movie and the director, he was very, he wanted to maintain that feeling of it's real. It's a community, and we have to respect that.
Yeah.
So all the conversations, the places where we go, the food we eat, and all those kinds of stuff, it was all like, yes, it was real.
Right.
So yeah, and then to play such a role, I felt that role immediately because his choice that he had to make, it's kind of similar like to mine, whereby I could like choose for my parents completely, doing the international business studies and then working at an office, and then I will please my parents, so to speak. Or I'm gonna go my way and do the theater, and so that dilemma, I understand it completely. So I made it very personal so that I will get into his situation as best as I could.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I think it paid off.
It did. It did pay off. I love the story, and I love how the focus on emotions and the thought process, everything just seemed so familiar, and I love how you played that role. I just love it. So you as an actor, could I describe you as an actor? Is there any other things that you do? Because you also create. How could I best describe you actually?
Yeah, I think as an actor.
Renowned actor. All right. So tell us a bit about your inspirations. Who inspire you, and why?
I have a lot of people that inspire me. First of all, my friends and brothers, Werner Kolf. He's a guy that I did the first movie with.
Yeah.
And the way he maintains himself, he's humble, and he knows exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
And he's getting it, and I can see right in front of my eyes that he's doing his thing.
Right.
Without making a lot of noise. So so he's very he's determined, and I love him, and Anton de Bies. Jennifer Krent. I have like this.
You have a squad.
Group. Yes. And we talk a lot about acting, about life goals, about the important stuff that will keep us going.
Yeah.
So that, and then of course the big actors, Denzel Washington.
Okay.
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Yes. Because what I love about Denzel Washington and Idris Elba is like always when he's in a movie, you can see a real black man standing there, and he doesn't whitewash his roles. You can feel like connected with him, and that's the thing that I'm looking for in my roles. That if I'm doing something, you must feel that there's a black man standing there. Either with the Ghanaian or African,
black man, the African.
But you have to feel that connection because that's what I represent, and that's So
I love it.
Yes, so that's the.
Absolutely love it.
I love.
So I know your goal is to go international. That's what we're going to support you for all the way. What do you think about speaking, the African mother tongue in general and in film? What do you think about that? Do you think that's anyway important, or you should put that behind? What?
So I did it for the first time in Venserpolder.
Yeah.
Which I spoke Tree.
The first time.
Yes, it was the first time.
Great.
Yes. So it was nice, and I think it is going to be a challenge if I do a whole movie in Tree.
Okay.
Because, I only speak it at home though. But I think in a movie it's
a particular level. It's an articulation that requires some investing of time.
Yeah, maybe if I get a script and then I can learn the lines, and then I'll get that.
Yeah.
Pretty well, but. Like with improvisation in Tree,
I
think it's a big step, but a step that I wanted to make.
Yeah. But I love how you really showcased our African story within the film, and how you brought that about. I just love it. And still, even though it wasn't fully Tree or whatever, it was a really convincing story. I was even amazed at the captions from Ghana itself. Your dad laying there and things. I was like, Ghana. How did they go about this?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you go to Ghana?
No, I didn't, unfortunately.
Right.
My mother was there, and she was going to Ghana anyway, and they were gonna shoot the movie in Ghana, and it was in the same period.
Yeah.
So it was like perfect. She had to play that role.
All right.
So she went there, and the cameraman and the director, they went there and they shot it, and it was like, yes, it's the extra thing that,
It was good.
yes.
It was really convincing. It was like, wow, really zooming into the real deal. Absolutely love it. So is there like a longer version coming? Or so are you allowed to speak on that?
Yeah, it's a thing we hope. The producers were very happy.
Yeah.
And they dropped a little thing. They were like, maybe there's something.
There is something,
yeah.
right.
We hope that it will come, but the director and the producers, everybody was like, yeah, it was.
They're all for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's hope maybe in a few years that Venserpolder 2.0.
Exactly. That we could have a longer version to know what's going to happen with this Ohene.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe taking a journey to. Right. Or maybe wanting to run Mr. Clean still off of a distance. Who knows?
What's going to happen, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love your presence here. We're almost reaching the end of the interview. Time flies. We have a last question from a listener who says, Mena Ama, who says, I'm into acting and music. It would be a great pleasure to have him come home. I know that she says, Ghana must know about you. So that should really come. Like, Ghana
nice.
should know about you all the way. Joe Bala, who says, New Adam Finest. I don't know if you know her, but Joe Bala is saying, big up, Emma. Joe Bala, shout out to you. Shout out for all of the support online on this Facebook Live. So what I love about your story, you really showcase finding that fire inside of you. Acting is your thing, and really going for it, and all of that stuff. You kind of gave us also a good feel about introducing the idea of going into acting.
Yes.
To your dad. I mean, what he thought about that, and actually, it runs in your DNA.
Yeah.
It's something that. You do so naturally, and it's no surprise that it's like keeps buzzing in you. So for you, being Ghanaian, people wanting to pursue acting, what would your word of advice be to young people that don't know where to start, but they know that, hey, when it comes to film, all of that thing excites them, how to get things started? What would your word of advice be?
So if you want to go into acting, you must search for the best ways to search for theater groups. And you have one in Utrecht called DOX, DOX.
Can you be rejected there and stuff? Because I know, rejection is a bit tough.
Yeah, the rejection, it's going to be your biggest friend, rejection.
Right,
because
okay.
It's going to give you some tough skin though.
Rejection is going to be your biggest friend.
Yes. So you can do that, and the Gasten, that's in Amsterdam, it's in West. You can do the auditions there as well. And because when you do that, you have like you can show them something on your CV.
Yeah.
And then there are like little websites. I think the filmcastings.nl, versfilmentv.nl.
All right.
These are websites whereby you can do like little short things, whereby you can improve your acting skills, and you can do the CV stuff, so that when you're getting there, when you'll be recognized, you have something to show them.
Okay.
And you have your own
portfolio
experience
type of thing.
Exactly.
Got it.
And headshots. You have to make some good headshots, because before you get into any auditions, they're going to look at your pictures and what kind of vibe you send them.
Right.
So those kinds of things.
So you need to have the picture where you're looking like this, type of smile, and the button open shirt and stuff like that. Got it. Got it. Okay, so some last word to impress on people that are here in the Netherlands that want to go into acting. Do you have any shout outs?
Oh, shout outs, yes. Shout out to New Adam. The shout out to them.
That's like the group that you were talking about, the acting group.
Oh no, that's where I come from. New Adam.
Is
where
it
I live.
New Adam?
Yeah.
New Adam Finest. Whoop whoop.
That, and also to my parents.
Right.
And Akwasi, Werner Kolf, Anton de Beach, Janelle Verkrint, Kendrick Edmond. Yeah, shout out to everybody that's chasing their dream. Yes, and knowing who they are.
Love it.
Yes.
So GH Kings on the last note is saying, you know what, it's the year to return. Please come back home with your fellow actors there to visit your motherland.
Yes.
So people are really looking forward. And I hope that within your story of rising to international heights, that, you know, Ghana will hear more of you, because we're absolutely proud of you doing all of the work and persisting, you know, and never giving up and making sure the true story of Africans is being told. And we can be proud and say, you know, we have a Ghanaian who is out there making major moves. Last but not least, where can people find you online?
Instagram is EO Boafo. And Facebook is Emmanuel Ohene Boafo.
All right.
So that's where you can...
That's where we can follow you and see what you're up to.
Yes.
And thank you so much for dropping by.
Thank you for having me.
I wish you all of the best with your coming theater, your 5-hour long.
Yes.
5-hour long showcase, but you know what? As I hear, the money is good. So make sure you make sure you get that as well. You get yourself some good money. And we're looking forward to seeing you more in film. We'll be reposting and resharing all of the ventures that you'll be doing, and keep making Ghana proud. Thank you so much. You're still listening to Africa on Focus, and unfortunately, we have reached the end of the show. Next week, I'm coming back with Let's Chat Africa. The week after that, let me just introduce you to all of the things that are happening this December. We are having a filmmaker here at the show who is the originator of Shattered Hues, who's building a database of fine black African actors here right in the city of Amsterdam. Also, the lovely ladies of My Girlfriend, the podcast, will be on the show. We got some interesting things to look out for. I don't want to make it too serious this month because we're almost reaching Christmas. People want to be in some good, enjoying vibes. But in January, we have some quite impressive people, and also more on some serious note, a lady that is just been cured from sickle cell is going to be here at the show, so we're going to talk about that as well. Also, we have an impactful Moroccan social entrepreneur, my first Moroccan here on the show, who is going to talk about social entrepreneurship. Let's get the word out. Africa on Focus is coming to an end, but you can listen to the recap on all your streaming platforms. By the way, soon I have a nice announcement to make, because we're reaching out our borders and sending Africa on Focus also more into the African continent. Follow me on all my social media platform. That is MS.ABA, MS.ABA. Connect with me. Follow me. I'll follow you back. Shout out to GH Kings for listening. Also, shout out to Mena Ama. Thank you for showing me so much love every time. Shout out to the producer, Royal and Slim, who are backstage arranging things on Facebook and also on our website, making sure that, you know, the word gets out there. A very big God bless. Stay safe. Stay prayed up. We're ending. I think that we should end with Sarkodie collaborating with Rude Boy, who is like one half of P Square. Listen, this is a jam. Let's chill on this. Catch you next week. Very big God bless. Let's go.